Federal investigators have just released cockpit audio tapes detailing what happened in the last moments before U.S. Airways Flight 1549 ditched in the Hudson River. On the tapes, you can hear the pilot radioing that they've hit birds, a flock of birds, and the rush is on to find a safe place to land. Let's get right to NBC's Tom Costello. He's been listening to these audio tapes. Really astonishing to hear the call. Take us through what happened.
Very compelling. We're going to play it for you, but before we do, let's set it all up because it helps to hear if you know what to listen for. To begin with, U.S. Airways Flight 1549 is known as Cactus 1549. That's their call sign, Cactus 1549. At one point, the controller gets confused, calls it 1529. Still the same plane, 1549. The controller says, do you want to go back to well, first of all, the pilot reports we hit birds. The controller says, do you want to go back to LaGuardia? Pilot says we can't do it. Controller says, do you want to go to Teterboro in New Jersey? The pilot says, yes, get me to Teterboro. You're going to hear the controller pick up the phone, call Teterboro. Teterboro Airport says, yes, we can take an emergency right now. And then you're going to hear things apparently aren't going as well as they'd hoped. Here's the tape.
Cactus 1549, turn left lane 270.
This is Cactus 1539. Hit birds. We've lost thrust on both engines, returning back towards LaGuardia.
Okay, you need to return to LaGuardia. Turn left heading up 220.
220.
Tower, stop your departures. Got emergency returning. It's 1529. He bird strike. He lost all engine. He lost the thrust in the engines. He's returning immediately.
Cactus 1529. Which engines?
He lost thrust in both engines. He said.
Got it.
Cactus 1529. We can get it for you. Do you want to try to land 1013?
We're unable. We may end up in the Hudson.
Joining 2760. Turn left 070.
070. Joining 2760.
Hi, Cactus 1549. It's going to be left traffic to runway 31.
Unable.
Okay, what do you need to land? Cactus 1549. Runway 4 is available if you want to make left traffic to runway 4.
I'm not sure we can make any runway. What's over to our right? Anything in New Jersey? Maybe Teterboro?
Okay, yeah, off your right side is Teterboro Airport. Do you want to try to go to Teterboro?
Yes.
Teterboro, Empire. Actually, LaGuardia departure guy, emergency inbound.
Hey, guys.
Cactus 1529 over the George Washington Bridge. Wants to go to the airport right now.
Wants to go to our airport. Check. Does he need assistance?
Yes. It was a bird strike. Can I get him in for runway 1?
Runway 1, that's good.
Cactus 1529, turn right 280. You can land runway 1 at Teterboro.
We can't do it.
Okay, which runway would you like at Teterboro?
We're going to be in the Hudson.
Joining 2760, contact New York 126.8.
2668, joining 2760.
Cactus 1549, radar contact is lost.
And that's the end. Radar contact is lost. What's remarkable is you hear that controller still juggling other aircraft in the air at that time, and you heard Captain Sullenberger saying we're not going to make it to Teterboro. We're going to end up in the Hudson River. We have one more piece of sound for you. Once they realize they've got a real emergency, the controller starts notifying area towers that they need to start moving emergency equipment very fast. Here's that tape.
Tower.
Yeah, Tower, what's your line?
Okay, listen. We're going to tell you something important. It's Cactus 1549. We see somebody low level in the Hudson River below 400, okay? You're going to need to alert the New York and New Jersey Port Authority police over there.
New York and New Jersey Port Authority.
Okay, he's on the Hudson River. He's just about a mile and a half north of the Lincoln Tunnel. Last sighted below 900 feet. We still got a target on him, but he looks like he's low level.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, good.
And that's Cactus 1549, 1549er.
1549er. And what airline is that?
U.S. Air, Cactus.
Okay, thanks.
County LaGuardia.
Kelly.
Get me a police department helicopter if you got one on your frequency.
Say again?
Get me a police department helicopter if you got one on your frequency right now.
We don't have one now. We'll make a call.
You get anybody. You send them right over to the Lincoln Tunnel. We had a Cactus Airbus go down in the water.
I got it. Okay.
Okay. Cactus, we got a report he went down in the river being the Intrepid.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Get me a police helicopter, get me anybody you can, and get them to the Lincoln Tunnel. That's what that controller is saying. Then he says get them to the Intrepid, which of course is the aircraft carrier USS Intrepid in Midtown Manhattan in the Hudson River, which is a great landmark. That's essentially very close to where this plane went down. And as we all know, thankfully, everybody on board survived. Very, dramatic tape coming from the controller, who, as you can see, had a lot to juggle, and Captain Sullenberger, who was dealing with an emergency on board and yet remained calm the entire time.
And
Contessa?
so many things went right there. I mean, the fact that the winds were light, the fact that he was on the Hudson River and not out over the Atlantic somewhere, the fact that on the Hudson River there are ferries that go back and forth on a regular basis. So there were boats there to meet this plane right away and to help get those passengers off. If it had been the East River, they may have ended up in those frigid waters on what was a bitterly cold day. So many things that went right, but not the least
if it had
of
been...
which.
That's right. If it had been in the Potomac River here in Washington, D.C., we don't have in Washington the water resources to move in that fast with that many ferries and police and fire boats. God forbid this has to happen. It happened in exactly the place you want it to happen with exactly the right pilot. And I would just say, you know, the crew's gotten a lot of kudos, as they should, but I would say hats off also to the air traffic controller on duty, who, as you heard, was juggling multiple incidents at the same time, or multiple balls in the air, and dealt with it all very professionally.
From the top to the bottom, a job well done. Tom, thanks so much.